southwest states to achieve an irreversible trajectory of success for the Odua Group. Governor Sanwo-Olu said this when the board of directors of Odua Investment Companies, led by the group chairman Bimbo Ashiru, paid him a courtesy call at the Lagos House, Ikeja. He also promised that the state government would give full support to the Odua Group for it to be able to compete favorably as a regional and world-class conglomerate. The governor commended the leadership of the group for making the right decisions which had taken the organization to an enviable height and for supporting the Dawn Commission. He had this to say.
To all of the board of directors for the group, in other areas of collaboration, we're here. It's the least we can do for our generation. It's the least we can do for our founding fathers. So we need to have thoughts where the coming, can compete. As a state, we're happy that we've taken this decision. We're happy with what we see. We're happy with what we hear, the good things that we hear about you.
And speaking earlier, Group Chairman of Odua Investment Companies, Bimbo Ashiru, applauded the state government for being proactive in the area of infrastructure, road, bridges, rail, education and healthcare services, while calling on the governor to continue to support the group in various capacities.
One is to look at areas of partnership. And I will tell you this, when Lagos State joined Odua, we knew that yes, we had the right set of people because it's been long overdue. Lagos State should have been part of Odua from probably inception. And immediately Lagos State joined Odua, then we knew that Odua is owned by the fourth largest economy in Africa.
And that was Group Chairman of Odua Investment Companies, Bimbo Ashiru. The Lagos State government, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has called for collaborative efforts of residents of the state while pledging his administration's commitment to strengthening and expanding legal frameworks, support systems and breaking the culture of silence that allows sexual and gender-based abuse to persist. Governor Sanwo-Olu stated this at the Governor's Commendation Award night held at Ikeja as part of activities marking the end of the Domestic and Sexual Violence Awareness Campaign Month. The governor, who was represented by his wife, Ibijoke, said in line with the pillars of Themes Plus agenda on security and governance, his administration is committed to making the state safe for all. Governor Sanwo-Olu noted that in the last 10 years, Lagos State has shown unwavering determination in ensuring that it provides holistic support to victims and bring perpetrators to book.
The theme for this year's activities, SGBV, Not on My Watch, is more than a slogan. It is a call to action for all of us. The fight against SGBV requires the participation of everyone, religious leaders, community heads, families, and individuals alike. It is not just the responsibility of the government or the agency. It is a collective endeavor. As we mark 10 years of DSVA's relentless service, I pledge that my administration will continue to support and invest in initiatives that protect our people, particularly the most vulnerable, our women, our children, and marginalized groups.
The Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Lawal Pedro, noted that the month-long awareness campaign was to celebrate achievements of the state government through the DSVA in combating domestic and gender-based violence, to speak further action and encourage stakeholders to bring relief to survivors to eradicate the menace.
It has provided not only immense assistance to those in crisis, but has also created a space where victims and survivors can find hope and healing. As we look back to our journey, we acknowledge both the strides we have made and the challenges that remain. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, you will agree with me that the fight against domestic and sexual violence is far from won. We must stay vigilant, addressing the new trends and adapting our approaches to meet the evolving needs of our communities.
And various activities were lined up for the month-long event, which started with a press conference, including Turn Alausa Purple, Advocacy Works, Men We Sabi, Market Fiestas, among others. The theme for this year is SGBV, Not on My Watch. The highlight of the event was the presentation of awards to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who dedicated their work to security agencies, non-governmental organizations, volunteers, partner organizations, and all stakeholders who have raised their voices against SGBV, and deserving organizations who have contributed immensely towards the efforts to stem the menace of SGBV in the states. And over to the rest of the stories, President Bola Tinubu has announced a 30-day confab for youths in the country to discuss and address challenges confronting them. Tinubu stated this during Nigeria's 64th Independence Day anniversary broadcast. The president said the modalities of the confab and selection of delegates would be designed as soon as possible. He said his administration is focused on restoring peace to the troubled parts of the north so that farmers displaced by bandits and kidnapping can return to their farmlands and increase food production. According to the president, his administration is winning the war on terror and banditry with target to eliminate all the threats of Boko Haram, banditry, kidnapping for ransom, and violent extremism.
We must stop further bloodshed, violence, and destruction. As the president of this country, I must ensure public order in line with the constitutional oath to protect the lives and property of every citizen. Our government will not stand idly by and allow a few political agenda to tear this nation apart. Under the circumstances, I hereby enjoin protesters and the organizers to suspend any further protest and create room for dialogue, which I have always acceded to at the slightest opportunity. Nigeria requires all hands on deck and it alls all.
The president also saluted the doggedness of the Nigerian people, saying the country has survived crisis that disintegrated other nations. And as Nigeria marks its 64th independence anniversary, the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, has urged Nigerians to embrace peace, dialogue, and engage in sober reflection. According to a press statement signed by the Chairman, House Committee on Information, Strategy and Security, Stephen Ogundikpe, the Speaker emphasized the importance of fostering a spirit of unity and understanding among all Nigerians. Obasa called for constructive dialogue and peaceful resolutions to address the challenges facing the nation. Also, Chairman, All Progressives Congress APC, Cornelius Ojelabi, has reaffirmed the party's commitment to unity and inclusivity, economic growth and development, good governance and accountability. His Independence Day speech, Ojelabi said the party remains dedicated to addressing challenges which include empowering local farmers, supporting small businesses and artisans with microcredit initiatives, enhancing education and skills training for youth, investing in rural infrastructure development, and many more. He noted that APC will continue to work tirelessly for a better Nigeria. And over to some foreign news, Japan's parliament has confirmed Shigeru Ishiba as the new prime minister. Members of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party LDP used their majority to confirm Ishiba's appointment. The 67-year-old replaces outgoing leader Fumio Kishida. Following the vote, Ishiba revealed his cabinet, comprising 19 ministers. Ishiba's appointment comes after he secured a narrow victory in a contest on Tuesday to lead the LDP, which has been in power for much of the past 80 years. And out to sports news, head coach Bankwale Oluokere has listed Captain Taiwo Afolabi and forwards Harmony Chidi and Peace Effiong in his 21-woman Flamingos roster for this year's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup Finals in Dominican Republic. Chidi scored 13 of the team's record-setting 25 goals in the qualifying series as the bronze medalist from the last edition of the championship in India. Band stormed their way past Central African Republic, Burkina Faso, and Liberia in the continental campaign. Also, Afolabi will lead the midfield alongside Faridat Abdul Wahab, Shakirat Mashoud, and Ayomide Rotimi, while first-choice goalkeeper Cristiano Zoma will have Sylvia Ichefu and Elizabeth Boniface pushing her to best all the time. Taiwa Adegoke leads 6 other defenders, with Harmony Chidi leading 6 other forwards, including Peace Effiong. And Nigeria will compete in Group A of the 16-nation finals alongside host nation Dominican Republic, Ecuador and New Zealand. And that was our news at 12. But just before we go, always carry out proper and adequate checks on your vehicles before setting out. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms on X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. And you can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration supplied 86,000 dual furniture sets to 775 public schools? Well, you can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government has promised to continue to strengthen collaborative efforts with Southwest states to achieve an irreversible trajectory of success for the Oodua Group. President Bola Tinubu has announced a 30-day confab for youths in the country to discuss and address challenges confronting them. We also told you that Japan's parliament has confirmed Shigeru Ishiba as the new prime minister. And in sport, head coach Bankole Olowokere has listed Captain Taiwo Afolabi and forwards Harmony Chidi and Peace Effiong in his 21 women Flamingos roster for this year's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup Finals in Dominican Republic. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast. It was compiled by Sadiq Yusuf. My name is Mike James. Beautiful afternoon to you. Stay safe.